Hi, welcome to uxlivinglab. Our presentation will start soon. Hi, welcome back. Today we are talking about why my idea lacks support. This is a continuation of our presentation we discussed in last 2 weeks about building innovation culture in our organization. Why my idea lacks support. So, how to build an innovation culture within the organization and how to get support for your idea. That's what we are talking today. As usual, all my presentations are connected to open innovation journeys. So open innovation journey starts from ideation, then move to concept, then designing look and feel, then prototyping, then evaluating MVP, and market feedback. So whatever we are talking in this series also connected to open innovation journey. You can like, you can share and comment on our presentations. Also, you can talk to me by scanning this QR code if you want to discuss anything connected to any stage of this journey. I will brief what was the takeaways in last discussions because there are a lot of newcomers today. So in first presentation, we talk about ideation deck. Do you have an ideation deck? The ideation deck is a platform to submit and keep ideas from stakeholders of your organization or community. This was the takeaways from session one. Then we talk about how to analyze ideation deck. Last week, we discussed how to keep ideas and how to learn from ideas, how to do SWOT analysis, and how to execute. For analyzing ideation deck, we need an innovation team. So we have to build an innovation team, then analyze opinion from clients and users. This is the way you have to approach ideation deck. So when there is an idea that is in an ideation deck, you have to keep it, that is record it, and learn on that idea and do SWOT analysis, then execute. And it should be engaged to a innovation team. So these are the two sections we already completed. And now we are talking about how to get support for your idea. Whatever may be the results or whatever may be the analysis you have based on these ideas, you will lack support for your idea. That is the common phenomenon we noticed across any type of organization or in the big organization or small organization or geographically spread organization or regional organization. This is one of these normal method or normal approach by the team that it's very difficult to get support for an idea. So how to get support for your idea? That's what we are talking now. Well, for your information, we already conducted a survey in LinkedIn. So why my idea lacked support? And if you feel that your idea get rejected by your team, what will be the reason? 39% people responded with they can't understand my idea. 35% people responded with they feel threatened. Then 9% says that they just don't like it. And 17% say that no sufficient resources. Think about these answers. They can't understand my idea. So another important thing we have to discuss today. They feel threatened because most of the ideas generates or reduces manpower, so the people feel that they will lose their job, so they feel threatened. They feel that they will lose their job or their position. Another thing is they just don't like it. This is a psychological problem. This is based on ego, so they just don't like it. And no sufficient resources. The company is not having sufficient resources. These are the four options, and most of the respondents say that they can't understand my idea. We will discuss in detail about these answers. So, the first approach I have to discuss is this. Most of the people say that I have an idea, you have to implement. This is the approach. So everyone say that I have idea. Oh, everyone is having idea, but they are not interested to implement. I have an idea, but you have to implement. This is an approach by most of the idea contributors. Don't continue these type of approach, because if you have an idea, you should implement it. That is our best approach. So take the responsibility of the idea and continue. So don't continue with this attitude. I have an idea, I will present the idea, you have to implement. Think about any company, this is happening nowadays. A lot of people are sharing their ideas and say that, okay, I have an idea on finance, the finance people has to implement it. I have an idea on production, so production people has to implement it. No, that is not the right approach. Then the next one we have to think about is opinions are not ideas. Opinions are your views or thoughts on a topic. Ideas are creative ways to solve a problem. So look into any idea, into the ideation tech. 99% of ideas are opinions. They are just giving their opinion, their approach, or their perspective, their thoughts. That's all. So keep in mind that opinions are not opinions are your views on or thoughts on a topic. It's not an idea. Idea are creative ways to solve a problem. So I will define idea more deeply to understand what it is. So don't approach or don't just give your opinion and say that I already presented my idea. Opinion is just a view. So you any moment you will be giving this type of opinion without proper judgment, without proper analysis. Yeah, you're just giving the views. That's all. So opinions are not ideas. So these two facts you have to keep in mind. Don't say that I already presented idea, you had to implement it. Another is I just give an opinion, take it. No, these two approaches are wrong. And if your idea is come under these brackets, then uh, keep in mind or understand that these are not ideas. Nobody will accept these type of ideas. Whatever idea, whatever that means, whatever opinion. I'm not saying that this idea, whatever opinion you are making, and say that others has to implement, and you are making an opinion on something, people won't consider it as an idea, so they are not interested to listen you. Think about your opinions and views you presented to your team. So what is idea? So grading my own idea, you have to understand what is idea. First quality or first parameter of the idea is it should explain a problem or need identified. That means you have to analyze the present situation, and understand the need or problem of the present situation. Need is a requirement, problem is a fault. So you have to find it, then explain this problem or need you identified. Then you may have different path in front of you to reach destination. So how to solve it? What are the needs? How to solve the problem? What are the anticipated needs? So you have different solutions for that. So compare these solutions and find a preferred path to reach the solution. This is the second parameter you have to present while you do your idea presentation. Then define the destination. So actually in an idea presentation, you have to identify what is the present situation, as a problem or need to be identified. You have to a clear definition about the destination, and you should have a path to reach the destination. These three things are important. These three things are the indicators of a perfect idea. Okay, then when you look into your idea, you can grade the idea in two ways. One is your idea is for day-to-day executions. People are making a lot of ideas every day to do things done. So every day there are a lot of tasks. In that task, you have to use your idea to complete the task. That's a regular thing. It's an idea for daily task. Other one is visionary level ideas. So you have a clear vision where to reach after 5 years or where should reach after 1 year. That's a clear vision, and you have an idea. That's a visionary level ideas. So these are the main two categories of ideas. One is daily ideas to solve or manage daily tasks, and another is visionary level ideas. So idea for daily task is very easy to accept. People can easily understand because they are into that task, and it's very easy to understand, or just by discussing a lot of things we can solve it and implement that idea. But when you are talking about visionary level ideas, very difficult to accept, because the team should have that vision. They have to be aligned with your vision, then only they will accept it. So it will take time. So grade your own idea whether it comes to the daily task or visionary level. If you present daily task ideas, it's very easy to accept just by negotiations or just by discussions. You can just modify the ideas or add the others' view and finalize it. But visionary level is very tough. Then your vision is bigger and bigger. It's very tough to accept by others. If you are a visionary level ideation person, it's better to quit your job and do yourself. That is the best career for you. If you have a visionary level idea, I'm repeating, if you have a visionary level idea, don't go for employment. You have to implement that idea. You have to be the front runner. You have to be an entrepreneur with vision. So that's why the visionary level idea comes in. It's very difficult to implement your visionary level idea in another organization, because other organizations have their own visions. It may not match with you. It's very difficult to match with you. So if you have a visionary level idea, then stop the job, go for entrepreneurship, and implement your vision. You can do that. Okay, then I'm giving a model. What is idea, or how to define an idea? It's a very simple model I am explaining. If you want to move from A to B, A is the origin, the present situation, that is the origin, and B is the destination, that where we have to reach. So origin, destination, then the distance you have to travel, and duration and path. These three things are important while we analyze between A and B. That is a gap. That is what distance you have to travel, what duration, and what path. Then you have to suggest, you have to select a best model to reach from A to B. So you may have a lot of models in front of you, maybe theoretical models, maybe empirical models or logical models, lot of models in front of you. But you have to select a best model after proper analysis, which model or which path is better at this context from moving from A to B. This is a model for the perfect idea. So it explains about the present situation, it explains about the destination, it explains about the path. So when you present your idea to your team, it should have these factors. Then it is very clear to others. It's very clear about your destination. It's very clear about your path. It's very clear about what you analyzed now. So most of the ideas are not accepted because you are just making an opinion. That's the I explained about opinions. So idea is not opinion. Idea is a clear explanation about the present situation and destination and path to creatively solving a problem or a need. Okay, present the idea with this model. That's better. Then again, after you present your idea in this model, this is a time to show your leadership skills, because you can't run away. You present an idea, and the first thing I explained, okay, I have an idea, you have to implement it. Don't approach in that way. You have to show your leadership, then only people will follow you, then only people will accept you, then only people will support you. So you have to show your leadership skills. You have to take the responsibility of the idea and show the leadership. Or you can, if company is not giving the responsibility, you can ask, I will take the responsibility. This is my idea, this is the position where the company has to reach or my team has to reach, this is the present situation, this is the way I have to travel. Give me the responsibility, I will do that. That's the way to get support from others. So there are a lot of methods you can use for that. One interesting method is pacing and leading. What it is, this is a leadership method. It's a influence the behavior of others by first matching your behavior to them and then leading them. So that's called pacing and leading. It's a very human centric approach, emotional approach most of the leaders are using. What it is actually, pacing and leading is a two-step process. First, you match your pace to the person you want to influence in as much ways as possible. That means in your team, even though you present idea with all these parameters, you won't get immediate support. They will be in a neutral position and thinking about whether I have to support this person or not. Yes. Then you have to come down to their perspectives or their level. So you have to match your pace to the person you want to influence. And the second is, once you have set your pace with someone, lead them. So they have to have a feeling that you are one among them, then you lead. That's as simple as that. You have to build a confidence to the team that you are leading, at the same time you are supporting. So you are supporting the team or you are one among them, then we can go together. So that's called pacing and leading. It's a very beautiful approach by most of the leaders, especially from political leaders also they are doing, or the missionaries. Everyone is using this method. So you have to use this method with your team to get the support. Other method is request for contribution, not feedback on your idea. This is one of the mistakes people are doing. After presenting the idea, people will ask for feedback. How do you feel about this? My idea? That is feedback. No, that's a wrong method. Request for contribution. This is my idea. How you can contribute to this idea? What contribution you can make to the idea to make my idea better? I know that this is an inferior idea. Give me your contribution from your experience and from your knowledge. We can make it better. So, request for contribution, not feedback. Because human minds are biased with IKEA effect. What is IKEA effect? IKEA effect is as simple as, I'm not going to the definition of IKEA effect. It's very simple. We love it more if you made it. Whatever you make by your hands or by yourself, you claim it in such a way that that's the best one and you love it. So IKEA is the company who use this psychology because they give all the components. You have to make it, so you enjoy the assembling or you are the making process, and you feel that whatever I make is better than any others. That is a human psychology. So when a person makes something, they put their hands, put their heart, and put their brain to that. They always claim that that's great thing, and they love it. Whatever maybe this is, maybe this table is look like this. Still, they will claim that that's the best table in the world. That bias is called IKEA effect. So every person, every human have this. So when you ask for feedback, this bias will affect. So ask for contribution. They have to contribute. They have to do something. Then they will support you because they feel that okay, I am also doing because I am doing this. That's why the idea is best now. I am contributing. I am doing this component. I am adding this component to the idea. So you may be doing the 90% of idea, and one person say added 1% of that. Then say that person will say that I contributed that 1%. Without that 1%, the idea is nothing. Because of that 1%, the idea is the best one. That is part of contribution. So let them contribute to your idea. Then only you can grab the team. So this is one of these bias you have to keep in mind. Everyone have, including you. Okay, the third way is use reciprocity. What is reciprocity? Reciprocity is a social norm of responding to positive action with another positive action. If you feel that there is an idea, you support. That's very simple. Maybe the definition is a little bit complex. Don't look into the definition. It's very simple. Support others' ideas. That's all. So if there is an idea, you have to support them. So in turn, other person will support you. So this is one of the best interpersonal skills you have to develop. You have to implement in your team to get the support. Reciprocity, ask for contribution, and present the idea properly to them. And pacing and leading, that is one of the best methods. Then think about our answers again. Why my idea lacks support? So if you implement these three factors, you present the idea with proper steps, that is origin, destination, path. The clarity of idea is there. Then you are leading, you are pacing and leading that idea. Then asking for contributions. Then appreciate others' ideas or support others' ideas. If you approach in this way, it's very easy, very interesting to build a team, and no one will say that they can't understand my idea, and no one will be threatened. So these two factors you can overcome, and they just don't like it. It's a ego problem that also you can solve by this method. And no sufficient resources, actually it's not a fact. Nobody will no company will say that there is no sufficient resources, because if you prove that, the idea will give easiness or profit. Easiness becomes profit. So idea gives some contribution, some value to their process. Then no company will say that we don't have sufficient resources. That is actually a result of the above factors. They can't understand it. That's why they say that. They won't say that I can't understand your idea. No one will say that. You feel that they can't understand. That's a fact. They can't understand my idea, but they won't say that I can't understand. I know that I got all the points. What you are in your idea, I analyze it and say, but we don't have any resources to do that. Actually, they can't understand your idea, or they may be threatened. So that's why I'm not interested to add the last one. The sufficient resources is nothing, but you have to grab the team by using these leadership skills and clarity of vision, clarity of idea. Okay, then build an innovation team. So the last week also, how to build an innovation team. So I'm not explaining how to build an innovation team, but build an innovation team for your idea by grabbing these type of people, the people support. Again, you will be having bottlenecks like culture, investment, resources, whatever may be the bottlenecks you have, overcome with your leadership skills. That is very important. Without leadership, you can't implement an idea. So nobody will accept that I have an idea, you have to implement. That itself go to garbage. No one will look into that. So I have an idea, you have to implement. No. I have an opinion on your idea. No. You have to present the idea properly, then take the leadership. So you have idea, you have plan, you have action, then you have idea ownership. That is the best model you have to implement in an organization. If there are a lot of ideas that are coming to your organization, you are in a top management team, you have to implement that idea ownership concept. That is the same like entrepreneur skills, or it's same like startup culture in our organization. Startup culture and idea ownership is almost same. So startup culture will be talking about some more flexibility for the person who is involved in it, the startup inside the organization. But idea ownership is the best model nowadays, because new generations, new people coming to your organization, they have a lot of ideas. But give the clarity, what an idea and how to build the team, and let them lead. Give the idea ownership to them. Okay, your idea is good, but we will implement it. No, that's not the right approach. Top management has to take the approach and say, hey, yes, you have an idea, you have the clarity, you have the vision, we support you, we give all the resources, we support you. You have to take the ownership of the idea. You have to take the leadership of the idea, then implement. It's called idea ownership. Then how to keep everything moving, that's the next step. We will talk on this topic on next week, how to keep everything moving, idea, plan, actions. Okay, that's for today. Takeaways: how to build an innovation culture within the organization, how to get support for your idea. We already discussed about opinions are not ideas. Idea is origin plus preferred path plus destination. These are the three important parameters. While explaining the idea, while presenting the idea for daily task and visionary idea. This is, I already explained the difference between these two. Visionary idea is very tough to accept. Daily task idea is very easy to accept. Okay, then depend leadership skills to move forward. When you have an idea, you have to depend your leadership skills, or if you don't have the leadership skills, you have to develop it. The leadership skills like pacing and leading, then ask for contribution, not feedback, support others ideas. These are the different psychological methods. The pacing and leading is the best leadership skills you can implement here. and get the confidence of the team by asking contribution and by supporting other team members. Then at last you have to take the idea ownership. That's a problem of most of the idea contributors. They are not interested to take the ownership. They say that, okay, I have an idea. Yeah, okay, this is the idea. That's all. No, you have to take the ownership. Idea is yours. You have to implement it. It's a take idea ownership. It's very, very important point. That is the way you have to improve in the corporate ladder. At the same time, you have to implement your idea. Okay, questions. I hope everything is clear to you. I explained everything in a very practical and simple steps, so you can implement it. Also, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Otherwise, you can scan this QR code and fix a discussion with me for any doubts on the open innovation journey, as well as these type of cultural innovations or organization level innovations. At the same time, you are invited to subscribe to our newsletter for more knowledge content. Waiting for questions. Thank you. Thank you so much.